Welcome to r/surviving infidelity. Here are 3 stories about survivors of betrayal. If you like this content, click the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you. Story number 1. I'm still not okay. So, I, 28 male, was with my ex, 27 female, for 5 years. We hardly ever fought, and we were seemingly a dynamic duo. That is until February of last year, when I learned she had a secret pen pal who she was seeking attention from, and sending gifts to. At first, I was destroyed by her telling me she kept him a secret, because she was unsure of how I would respond to their friendship. I assured her that, if he was just a friend, that I'd be okay with that, just like the rest of her male friends. Fast forward to May of last year. She asked if we could fly him in from several states away, so that he could withdraw from hard drugs. I wanted to be sympathetic to that, since her father overdosed, and I just as we first started dating. As soon as he got here, she was distant, and she said she just needed her space with him. Then it happened. She took my car, crashed it, with no license mind you, told me she had had enough of me, broke up with me, took everything that we had worked hard for, along with several personal things of mine I had been gifted, and moved in with him across town in under a week. I've been back at my parents' house ever since, and my self-esteem is basically non-existent. I just wish I could have had the chance to know what I could have done for her, to not have that happen. I feel so drained all the time, and therapy along with medications aren't really helping. I feel like the biggest failure in the world. Can anyone suggest a way to help ease my mind? Here's the first comment. This is a good thing OP. Or rather it will be a good thing. You are free of her. You are free of her taking your time and energy and love. You are free to reconnect with yourself, your family, your homies. The likelihood of her living a full and balanced happy life is very low if this is how she moves through it. You on the other hand have another opportunity to go and live a life you want and deserve. I can relate with this deeply. 5 years with my ex, I was chumped twice. Want to talk about feeling like a failure? I went back after she slept with her ex and lied for a year about it. But guess what? I'm 2 years removed from that, in a loving relationship, not just with someone new but myself, and I'm grateful for her showing me who she was before I engaged her. This is your life, my friend. Grieve and feel the pain, because it's truly the only way you will move through it, but do not dwell. Make sure you remain no contact, and start to find your direction again. You will be okay, and you will find the light. It just takes time. You now begin the long hard journey back to trusting yourself. Best of luck, my friend. You are not alone. Here's the next comment. He was a drug user and you are not. The trash left. Don't cry because it is beginning to smell. Stay strong. Exercise. Go to school. Improve yourself and move on. Here's the next comment. OP, you've been gifted. You found out who and what she was before you married her. She is a female dog who doesn't deserve to be in your presence. Just curious, how does a drug addict move to a new city and get a job worthy enough of supporting oneself? Or is the female dog supporting him? Go no contact, and when she wants you back, which she will, tell her to eat shite and die. Here's the next comment. This woman is absolutely not worth your time. I understand that it's probably really difficult to see right now, but she's a user. You're worth so much more than she ever gave you. It will take some time, but you will eventually look back and see her for who she really is. Nobody. Clearly, she is concerned with no one but herself. You deserve someone who is going to be your best friend. Someone who cares for you and loves you to the end of the earth. She is out there. Go find her. Here's the next comment. OP, this was not your fault. Your cheating ex's behavior is a reflection only of where she's at in her life. Whether she's troubled or looking for what this other guy was to her, or even if she fell for manipulation on his part, you could not have stopped it, and you only have one thing to do: heal. I'm new to Reddit, but here for you in this minuscule way. There are good faithful people out there, and she has made room for you to meet one when you're ready. Story number 2. I found out last night. When I needed him most, he wasn't there. I do not condone cheating in any sense, or for any reason. My dad cheated on my mom multiple times during my childhood, and when I was in high school. I think it's wrong and disgusting, and I told myself that if my future husband ever did that to me, it would be over in a heartbeat. My husband and I have been married for almost 2 years. For the past 6 months, I've kind of suspected him of having an affair. There were small red flags here and there, and I had an overall gut feeling. I brought it up to him a couple times before, and he denied anything. So, with no solid proof, I'll let it go. Well, last night I fell down the stairs and hurt my ankle really badly. My husband was gone because he said he had to run to the office quick to sign some papers. I called and texted him and no answer. Unable to drive myself to the hospital, I had to wait it out until he got home. 1 hour turned into 2, then almost 3. I began to worry because he is usually pretty good about answering my texts/messages, and I knew he would respond and rush home if I was hurt. Finally, he came home and apologized that he had got caught up at the office and had just seen all the missed texts and calls. He rushed over to pick me up off the couch, and right away I could smell perfume on him. I recognized it immediately and just knew my suspicions were correct. It was our family friend's perfume. On the way to the hospital, I just sobbed and sobbed. Partially because of my physical pain, but mostly because I was so angry and felt so stupid. At first, he denied it, then admitted it was true. He didn't want to upset me more, so he told me we'd talk about it once I got checked out and was feeling a little better. At the hospital I literally laughed out loud when the doctor told me my ankle was broken and I'd need to stay off my leg for a couple months. But luckily, it looks like you have a wonderful husband who will help and take care of you. I'm so disgusted. The thought of him messing around with her while I was at home in pain, unable to walk or drive myself to the hospital, takes it to a new level for me. I needed him, and he wasn't there. He acts like he wants to take care of me now. If he cared about me, he wouldn't cheat on me. Period. I have so many questions and need answers, but for now I'm just trying to process the shock and reality of it all. Here's the first comment. Wow, that is so disrespectful to you and your marriage vows. You need to find out what is going on and why. He has totally lost your trust and needs to explain himself to you. He needs to show total remorse and break all ties with this home wrecker. You should contact a lawyer to explore your options before you make any decisions. He needs counseling, and so do you. It should be individual counseling first, then marriage, if you decide you even want to reconcile. I'm so sorry this has happened to you. Good luck and God bless. Here's the next comment. For now, focus on taking care of yourself physically and mentally. Not responding to my calls and texts is a big trigger for me. No broken bones, but there were many times I needed my husband during his affair and his phone was mysteriously not working. Here's the next comment. You know what you need to do here. You've been through this pain before. Don't let up and focus on a happier future. Implement Grey Rock and 180 him. Here's the next comment. This is terrible. 2 years in, and he is cheating on you. Please do some soul searching if you want to be tied to a man 10 to 20 years down the line. P.S. Please tell the affair partner's spouse and your family. Here's the next comment. I'm so sorry. What a terrible way to find out. Is there someone else who can help over the next 6 weeks? Is your husband going to end the affair now? Make sure your basic needs are being met while you recover both physically and emotionally. Take the best care of yourself that you can. Story number 3. He thinks I'm playing the pick me game. I'm 29 female, stuck in the same home as him, 34 male, due to us both being laid off. D-Day was August 9th. I found out since then when we are called back to work, I'll be working with multiple friends of mine that he has slept with. Since him being blackmailed by the last friend of mine he slept with at work wasn't enough for him to come clean about all of them. I'm constantly being triggered by stagger disclosures. But for now, we ran through my savings while we were laid off, since of course he doesn't know what saving money is. Another stagger disclosure. I've paid for his iPhone and phone bill for the last 3 years, and when I found out he's paying $50 a month for OnlyFans, women he actually knows in real life, it honestly hurt more to hear him try to pass it off as supporting a friend. He can't even support the mother of his child. And now I'm not able to afford my own place because all of my own money has been spent on our bills. I've been dealing with postpartum anxiety and depression that I'm finally trying to face. I asked him to help more with my daughter and the house because of this. Things like watch her during my counseling, help with meals and cleaning. Well, ever since I have, he's lorded this over my head. Attitudes constantly, and when I ask him to put his feelings aside so we can keep a calm atmosphere for our daughter, he tells me I send him mixed signals. The only one that crossed any boundaries was him. If I could afford to never see him again, I think now I would. Here's the first comment. Why are you asking? Pack your stuff and run. Looks like he is not worth any cent to stay with him. Do yourself a favor and move on with your daughter. Here's the next comment. Look up Grey Rock and treat him with indifference here. It will help with your sanity. Don't pay for anything of his at all. Separate all finances and work on getting some place away from him. Do you really need him around? It sounds like, even if you were separated from him, he wouldn't be supportive of your daughter, and the only reason he is doing anything is because he is in the household and you are holding him accountable. Wow. Like that shouldn't be expected, right? If you Grey Rock him, guess what? There will be no signals. Cut him off financially, divide all expenses down the middle and work on getting to a place that you can bounce. Here's the next comment. Why are you still under the impression that you must live together? If you're somehow financially afloat and supporting him, you can do it without him. Also, those friends are not friends. It sounds like you could really benefit from a fresh start. Please try to find a different job as soon as possible. Get him out of there, or you get out of there. I know it's difficult to see a light, but him and those friends are bringing you down. I'm disgusted at the situation for you. Here's the next comment. You need to cut him off of everything. Money, moral support, etc. etc. You don't owe him anything but seeing you leave him. Leave him as soon as possible. All he cares about is himself. Get as far away from him as soon as possible. Here's the next comment. Then start preparing. If you're not capable of doing it today, keep saving your money until you can do it tomorrow or in the future. All of your energy should be focused on building an alone and happy life without him. Focus everything on that. Thanks for listening.